What's up, fellas? Another day, another dollar. We're seeing another kinda up day. There are some stocks that are up. Definitely had a positive tone to today, even though there was more declining volume than advancing volume, and a lot of the indices were in the red and are pulling back after hours. What are we doing here? How are we positioning? What are we making of things? What's coming out? Well, the same that we discussed about yesterday. We are long stocks, but we're also short bonds. And a little bit of a change is we're building some cash. We didn't really talk about a cash position yesterday, but I decided yesterday, starting after hours, and a little bit today, I've got some gains. I have some stocks that have made tremendous gains over the past couple weeks. I'm going to ring the register on some of that, lock in some profits, and say to myself, hey, we've seen a 20% move off the lows of the NASDAQ. That's a lot of move. I don't think rates have bottomed or topped, at least for, I don't think rates are done going up. I think they're going to go back up. Where exactly they fall, I don't know. I'm not smart enough for that right now, unfortunately. But what I do know is the current level is too low, and the Fed is telling us now 4%. They keep kind of inching themselves up. I mean, the market is completely ignoring the Fed talk, like completely ignoring. The market is ignoring the Fed so much that the Fed is saying, we don't know what the market's doing. I mean, what? Don't fight the Fed doesn't matter now? Doesn't count now? It was the whole reason why we had the tremendous rally off of March 2020, and it was the whole reason that we've had this pullback. I mean, recession, everyone's fearful of recession. Apparently there's no recession happening, even though it's a technical recession. There's no recession happening. Companies are beating earnings. Yeah, they've seen a move here, but this was the second worst start to the year in history. So don't tell me the Fed doesn't matter, okay? This has been a year of Fed tightening, and it's getting a little more hawkish, and we got to be careful about that. However, there is no recession. Not yet. So we can still be long some stocks. Stocks that are good, stocks that are resilient, stocks that are growing and putting up very good numbers, beating expectations, doing better than people paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to predict, expected them to do. We can still own those stocks because we've had 2 consecutive quarters of declining GDP. It's been very uncertain, and they're still doing well. I like Uber for that reason. Had it going into the print. I'm holding that. Just took a few hundred shares out of my several thousand shares off because it got to such a big position. Can't be too big. Wanted to raise some cash. That was 500 out of 5,500 shares I sold. Didn't even sell 1,000 shares. Didn't, bring it to 4,500 shares. Just brought it from 5,500 to 5,000 shares in the portfolio after some 25, 30% gain we've seen on it. So, yeah. Cash, long stocks that are well-chosen individual names, and short bonds. I think short bonds, I get it. People don't want to go short. You can go short like I am through long ETFs. I'm long the ETF and the calls on a short, double-leveraged ETF. TBT is the name of that ticker. And I think you can cover your bases that way. You can have your long exposure, because we all want the long exposure. We want good assets to produce cash flow. That is ultimately what this whole game is about. Yes, you want to avoid pullbacks. Yes. But you want to be long stocks that are good. It's better than holding cash. They produce cash flow. You want to be long stocks. The Fed is telling you the market is making a mistake. I mean, this is an interesting scenario. Don't fight the Fed, okay? I'm telling you my opinion. Don't fight the Fed. Everyone says, don't fight the Fed. Some people are doing it right now. I don't think that's wise. We'll see. I mean, is the NASDAQ going up another 20% right now? Right now, when the Fed's telling you the market's getting it wrong. Oh, the NASDAQ's going to go up 20%. Oh, yeah. No, my opinion, it's not going to happen. Not going up another 20%. We're 20% off the lows in the NASDAQ. Yields have come down. They're very low. They're stupid low, in my opinion. They're basically at the federal funds rate. The federal funds rate's not going up. The Fed's now being even more hawkish with the federal funds rate. I mean, don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. Don't be swayed by your gains. Don't be swayed by anything else. Okay? Don't let price dictate sentiment. I let that happen to me recently. Got a little too bearish. That burned me. I have to stick to my zen. I was a little bit off balance, but it's okay. We've recovered. Didn't get burned too hard. Anyways, bonds. And then you got some cash. It's uncertain times. We've seen a tremendous gain. No pain, no problem with locking in some of those gains, taking some risk off the table. We've had a 20% move in the NASDAQ. The S&P is erased roughly about almost half of its total loss. Yields have come down. That's allowed it to happen. But I don't think yields are going to stay down. I don't think they're going to go down more. I think they're going to go up. I thought that was going to happen last week with the Fed. They probably should have. But this week with the Fed, they're telling us the market's making a mistake. And the market probably got so convinced. There were such heavy shorts. A number of factors probably played into this. What should have probably happened last week with the Fed is happening this week as more members besides Powell are speaking. And that's probably what they want. They don't want a disorderly market decline all of a sudden. They want Powell to come in, be rather ambiguous. That ambiguity be interpreted as bullish, and then kind of trickle things out as they see fit. So it's an interesting time. It requires prudent positioning and management. This is how I'm doing it. You're entitled to do it how you see fit. If you have questions, feel free to drop them below. I'm around. So until next time, peace out.